my mind, when it comes to discipleship, there are two main reasons to include justice in our vision of making disciples. The first is really practical, in that much of what the younger generation care about revolves around issues of fairness and justice. It's the idea that Christian faith is a call not just to personal conversion, but to engaging in our society. Jesus changed not only our future city in heaven, but fuels change for the good of our communities here on earth, as it is in heaven. Isn't that how he taught us how to pray? So showing people that Christians, and actually Jesus, indeed does care about what's not right in our world. The victimized, the marginalized, the outcast people are so much of the essence of the gospel. Jesus came to those people in his day, and he comes to those people in our day. We follow him, so it would be hard to not be about justice here on earth. And mind you, we're not the superheroes in the scenario. We're the rescued, the ones who were oppressed under the heel of sin, just seeking to love like we've been loved. So that leads us to the second reason, which is much grander, in that justice, as we see it in the Bible, brings us to a much larger view of God's plan, his kingdom. All throughout the book of Romans, Paul uses the Greek word dikaiosune, which we translate as righteousness. We immediately think about our individual righteousness, but much of the ancient Near East thought much more communally about this term. In Romans 14:17, it implies that God's kingdom is about rightness in the community. So dikaiosune sometimes can really be thought of as justice as well. That means that in God's heart, the concern was for justice for all people together. The dikaiosune, God's kind of rightness, is not just the work inside our hearts, it's an outward righteousness or justice for others in the world. So all of us would probably agree that we live in a fallen world, that we need to be brought back under the kingdom of God, a kingdom marked by deep love and fairness. And God's overarching plan was to have a creation in perfect harmony with him. See, sin didn't just corrupt us morally, it toppled the entire balance of the world. We can trace back food insecurity, joblessness, homelessness, epidemics. Every broken system today traces back to that moment. Think also about misogyny, gender inequality, even issues around the unborn, all trace back to original sin. Jesus' life, death, and resurrection not only mean something powerful for us, it also shows us the way to restoration for all of sin's cancerous effects in our world. God's kingdom is not chaos, but peace and justice. Psalm 89:14 says, "Righteousness and justice are the foundation of your throne. Steadfast love and faithfulness go before you." And because of that, justice and faithful love go with us wherever the gospel goes, wherever we make disciples, and we too can lift the oppressed around us.